By the middle of May 1945, the 14th Army had won a string of spectacular victories and reconquered most of western Burma, including the capital of Rangoon. Over the next 3 months the British conducted major mopping-up operations to solidify their control over central Burma and destroy isolated Japanese formations trying to make good their escape. They did this under the authority of a new headquarters as the British 12th Army, under the command of Lieutenant General Montague Stopford, assumed responsibility for operations in Burma on May 28 to free up 14th Army to prepare for the upcoming invasion of Malaya. This command was essentially created by converting XXXI Corps headquarters to that of an Army headquarters and assigning former 14th Army formations to this new army. The main combat formation available to 12th Army was 4 Corps, which primarily consisted of the 5th, 17th, and 19th Divisions and the 255 Tank Brigade. The Army also controlled the 7th and 20th Divisions and the 22nd East African Brigade as well as various static and administrative units. The most immediate task facing 12th Army was the destruction of Japanese forces still west of the Sit-Tang River. Despite their recent defeats, the Japanese still had some 100,000 men present in Burma. Most of these were in the eastern part of the country, including large numbers of administrative and support personnel. However, the remnants of the 28th Army along with the 105th Independent Mixed Brigade were trapped in the Pegu Yoma's uplands between the Irrawaddy and Sit-Tang rivers. In June and early July, the Japanese devised plans and made preparations to extract these ensnared forces across the Sit-Tang. The British were aware of these general intentions and had already begun blocking and mopping up operations resulting in the killing of an estimated 4,000 Japanese soldiers in the region west of Pegu Yomas with a further 1,000 killed along the Sit-Tang River by XXXI Corps Army from May 1 through July 11. Then on July 3 the British gained a major intelligence coup when a patrol retrieved a copy of the Japanese plan detailing the timing and routes for their proposed breakout from the body of a dead Japanese soldier. Armed with this knowledge, the British set up a series of blocks along key portions of the proposed Japanese escape route. During the latter half of July and first part of August, the Japanese launched their main effort to evacuate their forces across the Sit-Tang River. From their opening moves, the Japanese came under heavy and relentless assault by the British blocking forces. Aided by an abundant use of tanks, artillery, and aerial bombardment, the British subjected the Japanese to a blistering series of reversals as they attempted to advance to and cross the Sit-Tang River. During concurrent operations, the British also blunted attempts by the Japanese 33rd Army, now reduced to an equivalent combat strength of only 3 infantry battalions and 1 artillery company and 15th Army, to come to the aid of their comrades. Adding to these Japanese woes, by this stage in the war, the Burmese people had largely turned against them, and large contingents of native guerrilla forces, often led and supported by British operatives, rose up and carried out widespread attacks against the retreating Japanese. The result of this combined onslaught was a slaughter of immense proportions. From July 21 through August 15, British and irregular forces killed 6,551 and 3,939 Japanese soldiers respectively in the Sit-Tang River area, while a further 787 were taken prisoner. Through the expanded period including earlier operations, 12th Army claimed 9,843 Japanese soldiers killed and 1,474 taken prisoner, while guerrilla and irregular formations claimed at least as many killed. Other Japanese losses included 35 assorted artillery pieces and 6 tankettes. Against this, British 4 Corps suffered 435 killed, 1,452 wounded and 14 missing from May 7 through August 15. The result of these operations rendered the Japanese army in Burma a spent force. Although some 70,000 Japanese soldiers still remained in eastern Burma, their combat effectiveness was severely reduced. Of the main combat formations, 33rd Army was largely destroyed, while the remnants of the 28th Army numbered just 7,949 men ready for duty, with another 1,919 men in hospital as of September 22. Even of the men present for duty, most were of limited combat value, with many being sick, malnourished and or lacking in basic material needs. Meanwhile, the shattered 15th Army was in the process of withdrawing into Thailand to reinforce the 18th Area Army. Although unbeknown to the players at the time, the fighting in Burma was essentially over, and soon all of the surviving Japanese forces would surrender to the British. Pictured here is Lieutenant General Montague Stopford, the commander of the British 12th Army. Number 9.